at the Bread of Life warehouse in Bucharest. I'm making this video for some of our old friends and some of our new friends back in the U.S. I'm going to briefly show you what we do here. When we have containers that arrive at the seaport, we bring them through customs and then either by truck or by train here to the capital city, to Bucharest. We unload them and we bring everything over here to our warehouse. Unlike in the U.S., the warehouse here is on 4th floor. In the U.S., everything is ground level, but here we have to come up the elevator. We have a couple of rented areas here where we store things. We bring the containers in, we store what we receive on the container, and then immediately we start moving out to all different parts of Romania where we have our feeding centers and the different projects. We're working with churches and rescuing children in many areas. So you'll see here in just a second as we go in that it appears we have a lot of things. We just had a container that arrived, but it's all about to start moving. So I'll show you a few things inside. We'll start with this. We have, this is an old map. If you look, you'll see the little hearts. These are locations where we've had feeding centers in the past. This map is probably 3 years old. We need to update it. We have 45 locations now. A feeding center is a place where pastors or community leaders have contacted us and they said we have a serious problem here with hungry children. The families are unemployed. The children cannot even go to school. They don't have clothing, they don't have shoes or coats or school supplies. So we partner with them. We come in to that church and they'll give us a room, the kitchen area, the dining area, or we may have to build a room on the back. We'll supply it with maybe a water well. We've had to dig a water well before. Propane, butane, secondhand stoves, refrigerators. We may have to put in plumbing for a sink, tables, chairs, pots, pans, utensils for the children, and the church will provide the volunteers to do the cooking. We also have a ministry team that goes in, and we have Bibles and Bible story books. We have meetings with the children and nurture them and try to instruct them in Christian character. So we have 45 locations where we're doing that right now. Some of these places we extend that out into the community and we deliver packets of food for the elderly, for the terminally ill people, for very impoverished families. Some children are just too far from the feeding centers to walk and come in every day, especially in weather like what we're having now. But in these locations throughout Romania, we have 2,500 children that are receiving a meal every day. So how do we do that? Well, it's prayer, and it's a miracle. It's not because we're great managers. It's not because we have deep pockets with lots of money. It's because God is faithful to do a miracle every day. And if you've read stories of George Mueller or some of the heroes of orphanage ministries and working with children, you know it takes this miracle every day from God. So it's not that we have a great strategy that's working real well or a business model or any of that. It's just simply we trust God, we try to keep clean hands and a pure heart and remain transparent, accountable to our ministry partners, and through their faithfulness and their prayers we're able to do what we do. Now here, Kids Against Hunger is one organization in the U.S. They give us tons and tons of dehydrated casserole and soup mixes. We ship these by container from the U.S. Orphan Grain Train is another one of our partners in the U.S. Feed the Hungry is another one of our partners. And we're receiving containers constantly. We have more containers on the water right now coming over. But this is food. This is just food, canned goods. dehydrated food, fruits. We need much more than that. We need coats right now. The winter is very harsh, very, very difficult. The government has declared a code red, which it's once every few decades they have a code red in Romania. It is so bad that we've tried for 3 or 4 days to get from the capital city of Bucharest up to the orphanage, and the roads are blocked. No traffic is moving. We've tried to get to some of the poor areas where we have feeding centers. The widows, the poor people, they have no firewood. Their homes are not heated. They're having to get hot water and put it in a bottle, and put the bottle, like a 2-liter Coke bottle, with hot water in it, and they put it in bed with them, and they lay there and wrap up in a blanket with these hot water bottles in bed, and then that's how they make it through. But it's down to, in Fahrenheit, it's in the single digits, and at night it's down below 0. So, and this has been going on for day after day after day. So it's really a crisis here. God's blessed us. We're doing all that we can. We don't set this stuff aside and plan to use it at a later date. If there's a need today, we try to meet the need today. So I'm going to quickly go through here. I think my batteries are running low. You can see the food that we have that's come in. We have some of our older boys that have been at the orphanage. They're here working. They don't have school for a few days, so they're helping to sort through the things that have arrived. So what you see here, all of this is a great blessing that God has given us, and it's an honor for us to be involved helping the poor of this country. It's an honor for us to be your partner. We pray that as you look at this and see this video, that you will realize that this is real. There is a heartbeat in what we're doing here. We're not actors and professional people from Hollywood that appear on TV and they blow a whiff of onion scent at us to make tears flow from our eyes while the cameras are rolling. We don't do that. This is 100% real. And we invite you to be involved. We invite you to watch the videos that we're making now. And we pray that God will touch your heart. And you'll want to do, the limit is up to you, however much you want to be involved. We welcome you as our partners.